Alright, so today I got this Henry Golden Boy, chambered in 44, Remington Magnum. Customer took it apart, I'm guessing to clean it. Couldn't get it back together, so today we're gonna make sure we got all the parts and get this bad boy put back together. I'll try to go through the thought process in my head when I get a bag of parts. Make sure we have all the parts. Okay, so bolt, it's got the extractor, firing pin, disconnect. Yeah, that looks like it's all there. This will be your mainspring retainer. This will be the ejector. This is going to be your lever pin. This is your bottom plate mounting bracket. This is going to be the stock bolt. It's going to be a hammer pin. And this pin here is actually for the lift gate for the magazine tube. We'll take this apart. I'll show you what all these parts are. So you make sure that you get a ground screwdriver. Looks like they try to get this apart. That was pretty tight, so that's probably why it's all galled up and why they couldn't get it back together. That's factory Loctite. So we'll just show you these parts too. So this is the lift gate that lifts the rounds from the magazine up into the chamber. And this is your block or your bolt that locks this into place, pushes the firing pin up into place. That way that will align and actually push the firing pin out. That's your locking block. That will go in there. Your lever grabs onto it. Lever goes up into this slot. Make sure the firing pin is in place. All this locks up together. This raises and lowers this. Alright. So the firing or the hammer pin goes through here. So this lever here, your lever pushes up on that, and that allows the trigger to be pulled, which pulls the sear. As this is pulled, the hammer comes up. You can see that gate comes up, that little thing that slides that engages the firing pin on the back. This is your main spring here. This goes on here. This goes through that hole, sits into that little notch, and bumps up against the top of the receiver. So, looks like all the pieces are here. Let's go ahead and get this thing together. And need some pliers too. Put the ejector in. So we'll put the gate in. It goes this way. And this pin is a pivot pin right here. That's this little hole on the top. And this can just go ahead and get installed right now. Get a little screwdriver. Again, you want to make sure the screwdriver fits the screw. Snug that up. Set the screwdriver side. Okay, locking bolt. They put grease on that spring so it doesn't fall out. And that goes this way. Okay, so now put this bottom plate in. So this is going to float around in there. Just make sure that this gate, this bar here, is behind that pin. I'm going to feed this up to where the hammer will come up through that hole. Come on, hands. There we go. And make sure that this goes towards the back. So you got short screw, long screw. Short screw goes in the side plate. When you put this bottom plate on, start it, don't tighten it. Get this one going. I'm gonna bring this to the edge of the bench so I can push down on this, make sure the screwdriver don't come out. Just snug. Now this pin for the hammer, I'm not really going to be able to see this. Try to get it up there. Okay, you can kind of see through it. You see that things don't always line up, so you gotta line everything up. Get that screw in there until it goes all the way down to the threads. Then you can start screwing it. Snug a bug. Okay, we'll put the extractor in, or the ejector rather. So this pin will sit in this hole right here. So in the ejection port, you can kind of see that groove down in there. So you set this in here, slide it back until it stops. Pull the hammer back, bolt face towards the chamber obviously, and make sure that that ejector doesn't pop out. Make sure that stays in place as you push that bolt forward. It'll compress that spring. So I push the bolt mostly closed, and this part is going to come up into that bolt. Just feed it in there until it goes in. Kind of wiggle it, and it'll just fall in place. This pin in here. All right. So I need to hammer down so I can put the mainspring on and retainer. You may need to use some tools to do this. So if you put it in like this, push it in, so it's going to hit on the top of the receiver and go down into that little groove. Do a function check. You can see that little gate not coming up because I don't have the trigger pulled. As soon as you pull that trigger, you can see that little gate coming up. See that? That's what engages the firing pin. Okay, set these aside. Set that aside. Hump goes up. Make sure it's nice and snug. That's it. Got any questions, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.